Okay, so here's my part to making a murderer. This is the truest sense of a travesty of justice, cover up, framing a person I've ever seen in my life. I mean, first off, I don't know why this guy came back after serving 18 years in jail. Seemed like I would have left the state. I would have sued him still for the $36 million, but I would have left the state. He didn't leave the state. Stayed in the state. Sued him for $36 million. Now he did 18 years in jail. He refused to say, "Oh yeah, I did it," which he didn't. He wouldn't even close enough to even smell this lady, which I would sue her too for being coerced and allowing them to put me in this situation. But he didn't, which is weird. But he gets right out of jail, and they're like, $36 million? Ain't no way you getting $36 million, you piece of trailer, you know. That's how they treat him. And sure enough, a girl that everybody knew was coming out to his place to take auto trader pictures, which seems like you do that yourself. Anyway, she comes out there, turns up missing. Now, he's got a car crusher on site. Probably got an incinerator, probably got everything you need to cover up a good murder. But he didn't. He kept the keys to the RAV4. RAV4's covered up with some tree branches right as soon as you come into the junkyard. Really? Really? Where's Perry Mason when you need him? Where is Matlock? Because this case would have been solved in 30 minutes. You know, I watch, Law and Order SUV enough to know that if a woman was raped as brutally as they made it sound because they used the 16-year-old nephew who's got the IQ of my 6-year-old, let me take him in without his parents and get him to confess to a rape and murder, which any law enforcement officer who had a brain in his head would never do, who was an upstanding citizen who would never do, but apparently these guys are the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They literally are the scum. I'm appalled at the justice system. I'm appalled that nobody from the Department of Justice has went over to Wisconsin and said, "Hey, cut it out." You know what I'm saying? Cut it out. Let this guy go. He did 18 years for a murder for a rape that he didn't commit, and now you're trying to frame him for a murder that he didn't commit. Just because he's not as intelligent as you are does not give you the ability to pick on him. But that's exactly what they're doing, and people go, "Oh, it's so one-sided." What about the victim? Yeah, somebody killed her. I'm gonna say it's Link that killed her. Somebody killed that woman, and I'm blaming him. I mean, I'm terrified. I'm terrified now that that if they could do this to him, imagine what they could do to me or somebody like me, or and nobody said, stop it. That's all it takes. Stop it. The evidence don't add up. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm gonna kill a person on my property, knowing that everybody knows that person's gonna be on my property on this date. And I'm not going to crush a car. I'm not going to dispose of the key. I'm going to leave the body parts. Really? Really? I mean, O.J. Simpson probably would watch this and go, "Whoa, he messed up." I mean, come on. I mean, you'd have to be a monster. You'd have to be an idiot monster to do what they say that he done. But that's impossible. It's impossible. Somebody from the Justice Department, please stop this. Please go up there and say, "Cut this out," and arrest everybody involved in it up to the judge. Everybody, prosecutors, everybody. Because they're all lying and you know it just like I know it. Please arrest them. All of them should be serving life sentences for obstruction of justice, falsifying statements. I mean, I'm watching this and I'm like, who in the world has oversight on this? I mean, tampering with evidence. I mean, I counted at least 10 charges in the first 5-10 minutes of watching the last couple episodes. And nobody has went up there and said, stop this. I don't understand it. I've gone on for almost 5 minutes on this video. And like I said, if this was an episode of Special Victims Unit or Perry Mason or any law show, it would have been done. I'm out, man, because I'm stressed.